Akpe, Akpe. So I'm exploring Ghana, and my first trip took me to Ho in the Volta region. And guys, I am so in love with Ho. It's so beautiful, it's so green. Everything about the place is just so clean to me. I have a full video of my entire whole experience that I'll be sharing. For today, let's go to the whole market. Today, I was going to learn how to make yaka yaka and yevu boma, which is African spinach sauce. And so we had to go to the market to grab a few things before we went to Auntie Letitia's house to make the meal. And so I met up with her, and I met up with Van Dijk, who was our videographer for the day and our tour guide. Hello guys, so today we are at the whole market and we are coming to do a market tour. I'm going to show you guys how the market looks like. This is like the Makola of Accra, the main market of Ho. And we're also going to buy some items, and we're going to make yaka yaka with mommy. She's going to show us how to make authentic yaka yaka. So if you're excited, I'll let her introduce herself and then we go. Okay, so she's going to be our local cook for today.
It's yaka yaka and yevu boma tadi.
That is what you're going to eat it with. Okay.
That in English we will say African spinach sauce.
Oh, okay, African spinach sauce. Okay, sure. All right. So we are here to get the pots for making the yaka yaka. You can't make it in any ordinary pots. We use very special pots for making it. So we are here in the market to get some before we go and get the other ingredients for making it. Whilst waiting for the pot to arrive, I saw this papa or fan, and it's used to kind of fan fire so that it lights up. I don't know if I'm even describing this well. And this took me back to those days. I hated it so much. Yeah, so this place they have a lot of calabash, like local things that you may need. So this is actually used for dancing. So it's like it has these bees that makes noise, and they use it for some of their local dances. And they have a lot of things, calabash, pots. So finally the pots came, and this is how it looks like. It's made from clay, and then it has these holes on top. Apparently these holes were too small, but we had to get it either ways because we needed it for today. So I posted a snippet of my whole market experience on my Instagram and my TikTok, and guys, people were really complaining about the cost of living in Ho. A lot of people said it's very, very expensive to live in Ho, and everything is expensive. Honestly, I had no idea. I honestly felt like a lot of the things that we bought were extremely expensive, even when you compare it to most Accra shops. Because even this onion, we bought 20 cedis of onion, and I know onions are quite in season, even in Accra. So I was quite shocked that, look at the ginger and then the garlic. That onion is 20 cedis, the garlic is 5 cedis, the ginger is 10 cedis. And that's just some of the things that I found extremely expensive in the market. Akpe. Okay, that's the spinach.
Yes.
Okay. we were making yaka yaka
Pleasure.
and yevu bomatadi. I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing it well, but we needed this African spinach to make the yevu boma, which is more like contomere stew or spinach sauce. Okay, so we went to the market to get these, and I think we got everything here for 15 cedis. And honestly, when the lady said 15, I thought she was going to say 50 cedis. I was about to say ebe, but then she was like 15 cedis. And even that, auntie said that it was quite expensive because most homes they have it grown there, and they just go to their farms and just pick it up and use it to cook. So, but I realized that it's very very common in the market. It was you could find it in most places that we went in the market. So we had a shopping list of everything we needed for the recipe. And guys, I spent a lot on these ingredients. Like when I was done, the money that I had in my purse was literally finished. Everything was gone. And I had about, I don't remember, like 500, 700 CDs. Everything was almost gone. I don't know what we bought, but things were expensive. Yeah, so we also bought some palm oil for the sauce. And then we went ahead to get the other stuff like the smoked tuna or the smoked mackerel, as we call it in Kumasi, salmon. And then we also got some dried fish like amane and then all that because we needed all that for the recipe. I would say that honestly it looks very similar to the normal contomere stew. The preparation is slightly different, and then for us we use contomere, but they use the baby spinach, which has let's say baby spinach, the African spinach, which has a lot of water, so it made the sauce a little bit watery than your normal contomere stew, but then it's very very similar. And that is one thing I have noticed from a lot of my travels, that most Ghanaian meals are very very similar in taste and preparation and technique. Sometimes the only difference is the name and just a few tweaks that are different from place to place. Another thing also is that for our yakayaka, we actually needed original cassava because they make it from grated cassava. So you grate the cassava, then you'd squeeze out all the water and then maybe ferment it for a few days. Use a special wooden basket thing they have to sieve it, and then you go ahead and prepare it. But for want of time, we didn't have time, and I had like just 2 days to be there, and this was like the second day. And so we had to buy pre-made cassava. So we went around looking for cassava that is rough. It was actually proving quite difficult. Most of them had like the normal cassava dough that you can use to make art banku or akpe and make it. So we had to roam around and trying to find something that would work, because if we decided to go the normal route, it would take a longer time, and I did not have that much time to stay there. So we went to this place and I actually found or saw millet dough. So millet dough, like how you have cassava dough and corn dough, which looked very very interesting. They said you can use it to make cocoa or porridge. You can add it to corn dough to make banku. You can add cassava dough to it to make banku or starch, and that was very very interesting to me. The first time I had actually seen it. I probably would try it with millets when I get my hands on some. And yeah, so we just kept wondering about trying to get the rougher cassava.
Oh, sister.
How much time is it? Can you explain it to her? I want this time. Finally found something that could work here, and then we got it and continued to get a few stuff before heading home. At this point, I was so tired. I just wanted to go back and sleep because market runs really drains me, but we still had the cooking class to do. So we got some money as well, and then we went to get the agushi. Guys, the agushi shocked me to my core. One of this was 5 cedis, and it was smaller than normal ones that I see here, even in Accra. Like this whole thing was 25 cedis or 30 cedis. How? Whole market is extremely expensive, guys. Like everything everyone is saying in those comment section is actually true. The final thing we got was eggs. So we needed some eggs. And we got about, I think four of these were 10 cities. So that means 2 cities 60 pesos for one. And then finally we were done. Another thing to note, if you've never been to Ho, is that one of the main sources of transportation is either Okada or Keke, or what you call pragya. So for short trips, you would find them around, and most of them operate like public transport. So you get on, someone else can get on in the middle of the way. So from where I was at Lokwe, and then I think the market is around Bangkok. So every time I was coming there, it was 3 cities for the keke, and that's what I usually take. So this one we were three, and then we took it. So the three of us will fit in the back, and then one person will fit in the front with the driver. So everyone takes 4 people. I know you're wondering how is it possible to fit 4 people in this? They make it work. So just so you know, if you see them around, you can just stop them, tell them where you're going, and they're going to take you there. So once we were done with shopping and everything, we hopped onto one of these, and then it took us straight to. I'll be sharing the recipe we made, which is yakayaka and yevu boma, which is like a spinach sauce. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that when I post this, you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.